my name is Kimani and this is my demo for the closest pair of points project for COT 6405. The goal of this project is to experimentally compare the performance of two algorithms that solve the same problem, finding the closest pair of points in a plane. Those two algorithms are the brute force approach, which checks every possible pair of points, and a divide and conquer approach, which uses recursion and spatial division to speed up computation. As it relates to their time complexities, for brute force, it goes to big O n squared, while for the divide and conquer, it goes to big O n log n. The code begins with me importing essential Python libraries such as NumPy for random number generation and Pandas for organizing results in tables. Next, I move to define the brute force algorithm, which is the first algorithm I use. This function uses the nested while loops to check every pair of points, calculate the Euclidean distance, and keep track of the minimum. Since it compares all possible pairs, it grows quadratically, which is big O n squared behavior. The second part implements the divide and conquer algorithm. It first sorts the points by their x and y coordinates, divides them into left and right halves, recursively finds the closest pair in each half, and then checks for possible closer pairs that cross the dividing line. One important fact to know about this method is that it reduces the growth to big O n log n because it halves the problem size at each recursive step. Next, I have a generator that produces random unique point for each test case. Then I set up the experiment testing different input sizes ranging from 10,000 to 55,000 and running each size 10 times to get an average result. So I make sure I do the trials 10 times. As you can see right here, 10 iterations. Here's a look into the different iterations um, during testing. And here we have two separate tables for both algorithms that were created after computing the averages. Here we have now the graphs that the program generates. Graph 1 shows the empirical running time comparison between the two algorithms. Graph 2 shows the brute force empirical versus predicted runtime for algorithm 1. And then graph 3 shows the divide and conquer algorithm empirical versus predicted runtime for algorithm 2. All in all, after this detailed analysis, it is fair to say that the divide and conquer algorithm scales better than the brute force algorithm, and the expected ratios and predicted curves validated our complexity analysis. This concludes my demo for the closest pair of points project. Thank you for watching.